Hey guys, welcome back. It's GD. Welcome to another episode of Beauty with a Twist. I'm so excited for this week's episode because we have Bri back in the building. Introduce yourself again. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me back again. The first time I came on here, we did not have no visuals, no cameras. It was just pure audio. So congratulations to that.
Thank you.
We see the growth. You know what I said before, D-Money on the mic right now.
Literally, we upgraded. We transformed from studio to bigger studio.
You know what, though? That's how it goes, though. You have to start how you started, and like now you're making it bigger and better, and we love to see it. Yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it again.
I know, but
and I'm excited to see what we're going to talk about.
I mean, we're going to get a little bit of tea.
Okay.
How are you?
We love the tea.
How's everything going with you?
Everything is going great, actually. Life is great. What can I say?
I feel like our last episode we got in pretty deep about like just overall the beauty industry and hair.
The business, yes, the business.
So how's like your business doing since then?
My business is doing great. I don't know. I'm super grateful. Everything's doing great right now. I'm super busy with just like the holidays coming around. That's pretty normal for me.
How were your summer? Was your summer pretty busy too?
My summer was good. My summer was more quiet than normal, but still busy enough, you know?
Yeah.
Which I'm really grateful for. But I think that the only reason or what I have to be grateful for is just the clientele that I've already built, and they're very consistent.
Yeah.
And they're very loyal.
but they will not go anywhere.
They will not, no. And if they do, they have came back, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I remember I had like a full week where every single one of my clients were like, Bri, I'm so sorry. I went somewhere else. Because I remember I raised my prices. And I knew that was going to like take a couple people off my books, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I respect that maybe that I'm not in people's budget, and I understand that, but also like I have my own budget and the lifestyle that I like to live, and I have to like accommodate to that, you know?
And you know, I feel like prices are going up for products. I mean, for me.
For everything, yeah.
Yeah, no, like it went up a lot. So I feel like they should understand that. Do you usually go up on prices like twice a year, or like how do you do it?
I don't really have a schedule for like my prices going up. I just feel like when obviously inflation has been like a huge discussion this entire like year or like since you know who became president. And I mean, I'm not trying to say that that's like a reflection of his, you know, of him, but whatever's happening is happening, and we have to adjust, you know?
Exactly.
So I don't care if who is in office. If the prices for everything is going up, my prices are going up.
Period.
Like it has nothing to do with who is there.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you lost a lot of like clientele because of it?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
I think I almost lost a lot of clients, but then they try to go somewhere else, and then they're like, "No, I'm going back. I'm gonna pay that." Because no, low key, I will say like I did price jump pretty high, but honestly, like where I work, and not even just where I work, like the experience that I have and the skill set that I have, like I know I can deliver anything that anybody's asking for.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, like you can either want to come back or not. And you're going to go get your hair done somewhere else, and you're not going to like it, and then you're going to come back, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not in a cocky way, like at all. I just know what I have to offer and what I can deliver for people. And a lot of people cannot deliver that. There's like a specific handful of hairstylists that can deliver the way that I do. And I respect those people. But there's not a lot of them, you know? Especially not in LA. There's a lot of them, but it's just like we all know each other, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like you're so good at blonde that it's like when you go to someone, like they go to you and they try to go somewhere else and they fuck them up. You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. All the girlies that are listening right now. Let's just say you came to me and you got your hair done and you loved it and it was fabulous. And maybe I'm charging too much now. Maybe I am. And you decide to go get your hair done by somebody else who is also really good at blonde, who is also really good at whatever you are trying to achieve. However, everybody does everything different. So with hair, you're still going to have your blonde. Your roots might be grown out this much, but you're still going to have your blonde on the ends. Unless you cut your hair all the way off and you have all virgin hair. When you go to somebody else, their technique, their placement is 1,000% different, 100% different. So it's always gonna be fucked up the first time you get your hair done by somebody else. Always. Or not fucked up, but just not how you want it. I'm sorry for cursing on here.
No,
messed up.
When they go to like Pinterest and they're like, I want this.
Yeah.
You can't. That's not like something like.
No, because my work is already on there. So now they have to take my work and convert it into their work. So the first time might not be what you want until maybe the second time like they eventually can get you. Yeah. And that's even with me. I always tell my clients, I'm like, do you understand right now your first appointment with me is me. Even if it looks beautiful, I'm not, let's just say for like lack of better words, I'm fixing whatever somebody else did and I'm setting up my canvas to be the way I need it for the next time. And that's just with whoever you go to. And if they don't, like, I don't know, it just, some people understand that, some people don't understand that, you know?
Yeah.
But most people understand that. And you already know my whole, like, taking a client, like a new client process is
you have
is
to have a
consultation
selective. Because
it's very selective.
She will not, if she don't catch a vibe with you, she will not take you as a client.
Right.
I'm letting you know this right now. Mm-hmm. Like you're the type of person that has to catch a vibe with you because you're sitting in your chair for so long that if you don't catch that, vibe or it's just awkward, like you don't want to do their hair because your energy means more to you than having them pay all that money.
Right. Yeah, no, there's people who pay a lot of money to get their hair done. And I had this conversation with somebody else the other day, actually, and they were like, you need to go do hair in LA because you don't need to be dealing with the ghetto girls, right? And then I was just like, and I wasn't offended by that because I understood where she was coming from. It was like supposed to be a compliment, you know what I mean? And she was supposed to be like, no, girl, you do not deserve to be working with these. No, but then I told her, I was all like, you know what? The ghetto girls are actually my favorite because they could actually handle the truth, you know? I could actually be like, you are tripping right now. If you really think you're going to get that today, like, I'm not going to do your hair. And then they're just like, why? But it's because people really don't understand, you know? So they're the most understanding. The people who are from the hood, they're ghetto. And, like, if they're coming to me, they know they're going to spend a lot of money. So it's not about the money. It's about them being like, I trust you with my hair or I trust what you're doing. I know that you're going to take care of me, right? And then there's people who have a lot of money who think that they could just throw their money at me and be like, make it happen, you know? No. No. Like, I don't care how much money you have. If it cannot happen, it's not going to happen. Like, and I have literally told people, and I said this on the last podcast, like, I have literally told people, like, you know what? This is not going to work out. You understand that you don't have to be here right now, you know? Like, and they're just like, yeah. Or like, well, I don't know, like, do whatever, you know? But I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. So then I just be like, you know what? Respectfully, I'm going to have to decline, you know?
Have you been declining people recently or?
Has it been, like, but it's not like I decline. No, it's more like you know what? I don't think I could deliver what you're asking me for. I don't feel if that's what you want, I don't feel comfortable delivering that because of what you have going on, you know? And there's some people that, especially like women who are older than me, I feel like they think that they have some sort of not control, but just some sort of like, oh, like, you're like, I feel like they see me as just like their daughter or their like
because you're young,
their little cousin who does hair.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, no. And it was so funny, actually. The other day I had a client come in who she would go to my mentor. She was getting her hair done by my mentor forever. And I do her daughter's hair. And her daughter's not like our age. She's like 35 maybe. I'm not sure. In her 30s, in her mid 30s. And she sent her mom to me. And I was all like, oh, shoot. I was all like, she gets her hair done with my mentor. And then she was like, yeah. And then she was all like, but I told her she has to come to you because she wants to go copper.
Oh, my God.
So
the fucking
like,
trend.
Oh, no, not the copper. I was like, your mom wants to go copper? and then she was like, yeah. So she comes to me. And mind you, I'm on vacation when her mom is like messaging me, right? Which I don't mind. People message me whenever it's convenient for them, you know?
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So anyway, so she messaged me and then I told her, I was like, and I was so dead. She literally sent me, she was like, this is my inspiration. And it was her with like a filter from TikTok. I was like, girl, I know this is, if I gave you that, you walked out like that, you would be pissed.
Wait, the filter that changes your hair?
Yes. And it was like a light orange, like copper color. And I was like, no, girl. I know if I gave you exactly that, you would be mad at me. You would not pay me. No. So anyway, wait, what was my point to this? I had a point. Oh, about
Declining.
telling people. Just
Yeah.
no, but I didn't decline her. But I literally told her because our consultation went on for so long. And the only reason I let it slide was because I respect her for going to my mentor. And I felt like I had to like prove something to him, you know?
Yeah.
And be like, no, like I really did it. You know, like I did it and she was happy, you know?
Yeah.
So
You wanted to prove your point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, ooh. Oh, I can't say bad words. I'm sorry.
No, you can say bad words.
I don't want to say bad words
Yeah,
though.
we can like blur them, right?
I was like, dang.
But then that'd be too much fucking blurting. Because it'll be like beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. So anyways, I was like, dang, what do I do? Like, this lady's not understanding that, like, so, and it wasn't about the copper. The thing was like, she initially sent me that filter, and then she told me, she came in and she was like, oh, I think I want to do something like this. And it was another filter where her roots were like pink, and then her ends were like a strawberry, like blonde copper color. And I was like, so you want to be pink? and mind you, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but my client's in her mid-30s. So you could just imagine how old her mom is, right? So a little bit older. So anyway, so then she tells me, I was like, so you want to be pink? And she was all like, well, I don't know. I like this. I was like, that's like pink. And I was like, and if that's what you want, I do not feel comfortable like delivering that for you. Like, I've never done that on somebody before. Yeah. If you want to have that, I can refer you to somebody else. But I was like, I don't feel comfortable delivering that for you today. Honestly, like I could try, but I can't say that. I can't guarantee that it's going to look like that.
What you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then so she was just like, okay. So then she's like, well, I like your hair. It's kind of purple, right?
Where? Let's get it from a guy's perspective. Marla, what color is Bri's hair?
Is my hair purple? No.
What?
So then I told her, I look at her in the face and I was like, purple. I was like, wait. So now we're like in a whole nother color. Like, what is it? I don't think you understand or you realize like I don't think you know what you want. Like, and I had to tell her that. I was like, I don't think you know what you want because you're like showing me. We started at like copper and then you showed me like a golden blonde. Oh, I didn't even tell you the part where she was like, you know what? I want to cancel my appointment. I think I'm going to stay blonde. This was before she showed me the pink, right? She was like, I don't think I want to go copper. I think I want to stay blonde. And I was like, okay, no worries. Like, that's a big change. If you've been blonde forever, going copper, it's going scary. Anything else that's blonde, that's not blonde, it's a shock, like automatically. And I know that because I've done my own hair and I went like a little lighter brown and I was like,
oh, I know. You changed it literally that week.
I was like, oh, no. I lasted a month. I was like, I'm gonna respect the people who did my hair. I'm going to keep it for a month. But I was like, I knew I was going back. I knew I was going back to red. I was like, no. So anyway, so I was just like, just so you know, it's going to be a shock no matter what. Like, even if I change it a little bit, you're gonna be like, whoa, you know? So I was just like keep that in mind. And so she was like, anyways, I'm gonna cancel my appointment. I want to stay blonde. And I was like, okay. Like 5 minutes later, she sends me a message, a picture of a girl who was eating where she was eating at. And she was like, never mind, I want to keep my appointment. There's a girl here with the exact color that I want. And it wasn't even copper. It was like a super golden blonde that maybe is on the verge of being copper, but like no, like not at all. And I was like, okay, whatever. So in my brain, I was like, this lady wants to be like super golden blonde. Like she doesn't want to be copper. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just like I don't feel the need to like go into depth about the process about your hair because even if I did, you would not understand because you don't do hair. So yeah, that's where I was at with that, you know? So anyway, so we ended up doing her hair and then she loved it. She was like, wow, nobody's ever cut my hair like this before. I've never loved my haircut like this. Like besides like whenever somebody did her hair. And I was like, okay. And she was like gassing me up too hard. I was like, she gonna go home and hate her hair.
And she's gonna text you and be like, hey, actually, Bri, I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's
like,
because the people who are extreme like that, they're so extreme. They go from like one side to the other side so quick. They're like flip-floppers. You know what I mean? And it's weird how I know that, but like so many years like doing hair, I could just tell. Like, I'm like, you like it right now because I'm here and you feel pressured. But when you go home and nobody compliments you, you're going to be pissed.
No, literally.
But like, for me, I wouldn't have made her copper. I told her, I was like, I don't think you should do that. Like, I'll be honest about it, you know? But that was one of the times. It comes at you different all the time. Like, you think you have it down where you're just like, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to decline. But then it comes at you in different ways where you're like, you feel like you have to prove yourself. And then you get caught in a situation where you're just like, damn, I knew I should have said no, but I didn't. And now here I am. So she messaged me and she said, my hair is fading kind of orange.
Bruh.
I was so weak. I stopped responding after that. She was all, hi, I washed my hair like twice and my hair is fading kind of orange. And I'm like, bruh, I made your hair copper. Are you dead ass? Like, yeah, that's normal. I literally said, I was like, yes, that is normal. That is natural. I made your hair copper. Copper is orange. Copper is a different version of orange. So anyway, so if you didn't know that, if you want to make your hair copper, it's going to fade orange.
Do you like this trend that copper going around?
I love it. I love copper. I love copper. I love red. I love all of the warmth. I love the gold. I love all of that. I love it more than the gray, the blues.
Yeah. Do you think
so ugly.
Do you think you've been doing like a lot of them lately, like crazy amounts since it blew up on TikTok? Because I feel like it from one day to another, the copper trend just fucking blew up. I remember you turned me copper last year.
Yeah, no, it's been.
Yeah, but like I feel like now it's like huge. Like I don't know, like my hair copper was pretty fire though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, like that shit was fire.
Yeah, so I'm low-key the copper queen now. If you
Literally.
didn't know, literally. But no, yeah, I do a lot of coppers. Like they're just normal now. A lot of the people who went copper stayed copper. And then all the blonde girls who went copper, they want to be back blonde. But I'm just like, sorry, sis, what do you want me to do about it? I already told you you're going to be copper for a minute. Like, if you want to do it, you got to do it. If you're going to commit, do it, you know?
Yeah. Do you think that the girls that, like, are black to go to copper, it's like, do you get that, like, right away? Does it, like, take time for it to get there?
No, you could get that on the first try. If you have black hair, yeah. You might be like a darker copper than you might want. Like if you want to be like a cutie copper, no, like that might be like 2 tries. But for the most part, yeah, you could get it on the first try from black. Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
No, girl, no. You need to leave your hair alone. You need to leave your hair alone. Everybody told Deanna to stop touching your hair.
No,
okay?
literally.
I made her copper and then she wanted to go black and then.
Oh my God. No. That was okay. Listen to me though. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking either. The bangs was a good move. No, the bangs is cute.
I'm still doing the bangs.
By the way, I'm drinking Beatbox right now. They're amazing.
Not sponsored, but sponsored.
Yeah, no, not sponsored, but I'm drinking the fruit punch flavor. That's probably the best flavor that they have.
You didn't like the watermelon, huh?
I didn't like the watermelon or the blueberry. This is the one. If you're gonna drink it, this is actually going. I'm on a cleanse right now. I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol or taking in refined sugars, but because I'm here and I'm with you, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and we're trying to get sponsored.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your trip to Chicago. I want to know your first freaking class. Congrats, by the way. That was freaking amazing to travel somewhere to freaking teach a class is like incredible. Mm-hmm. So how was it? How was Chicago? Tell me about it.
Okay, so so this was my first class I've ever taught. Like I've taught classes before, like to my assistants or like to assistants that worked in my salon and I was comfortable with.
Yeah.
I've never taught in front of people that I don't know personally, you know? So it was great. Honestly, it went a lot smoother and better than I thought it would.
I want to ask you really quick because I know you had asked me like your curriculum. Did you plan that all well? Like, you know?
Yes. So my curriculum I've been working on for a long time. I've been working on my curriculum since I think like 2019 maybe I started, or 2018 I was working on my curriculum, and I'll go back to it and add to it, take away from it. I don't really take away. It's just like I'll go back to it and just add things to it that I learn as I go along. But it's just been a curriculum that I've been working on, not like relentlessly. I'm not like, I have to get this curriculum. It's just things that I'm just like, you know what? This is things that are really key to my thought process when I'm working or when I'm doing what I'm doing. And sometimes it comes so naturally to you, you don't think about it. So that's why I'm like, okay, so whenever I teach a class, I'm going to write it down so I remember, because you don't think about it, especially when you're teaching. You're just out there and you're just like, you know what? I'm just going with the flow. But unless you write it down, you will not think about like, oh, shoot, I have to mention that I actually do this part for a reason. It's important.
Like you're so in depth with it, like you just kind of forget about it
Mm-hmm.
because you're so in your zone, right?
It's just nature. It's just natural. Yeah.
Yeah. How many people were in your class?
There was only 6 people, but that was perfect. I don't think I could have handled any more than 6 people. It was just for the salon. So actually, I'm going to get into like a little story real quick. The reason why that happened was because, I used to travel for work a long time ago with a very well-known educator. Her name is Lisa Loves Balayage. She's really great at what she does. She's very knowledgeable. She is very smart. So the reason why I even got introduced to the whole like traveling and teaching and doing hair was because I was a part of her team, which is called the Balayage Bootcamp. Mm-hmm. And I learned a lot from her. Honestly, she was very educated. I love that. I love people who are smart and like it's about the facts. It's not about what you feel, like it's not emotional. It's just like hard cold facts. Like it's what works, Mm-hmm. And I love that. So she's very much like that. So anyway, I was traveling with her like maybe like 2017 to like 2020 actually. And when COVID happened, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Before COVID even hit here, I was like, you know what? Like I respect the offer and thank you so much for thinking of me to come back to be a part of your team. But there was no more growth for me there. It was like I was going to be an assistant for the rest of my life there. Oh, okay. And like I'm not an assistant. Like I could be and I'll be the best assistant.
I don't see it.
But like no. I'm not going to be an assistant for the rest of my life.
Is not
anyways,
assistant.
So I was just like, thank you so much. I appreciate you offering like the opportunity for me again, but like I outgrew it, So I was just like, leave that for somebody else who needs the opportunity, the growth. But then COVID hit and then nobody could travel. So I was like, what the heck? Like, how did I kind of know that I was like, this is a wrap, Anyways, what was my point to that? My point to that was, okay, so when I went on a class with her, I went to Dallas, actually. No, not Dallas, Denver. We went to Denver and I met this lady there and her name is Claudia. And so I met her there, but she's actually from Chicago. Or like her salon is in Chicago, but she took a class in Denver. And that's where I met her. And so anyway, so she was like, hey, like, I see you, girl. Like, you're putting in work. Like, it was crazy because people would notice me, even though I had nothing to do with the main, like, demo class. People knew that I was putting in hella work for them. Like, they could just tell. They were just like, whoever that girl is, she's getting shit done in the back. Yeah, like, she's doing it. She's handling it. So anyway, so she came up to me and she was just like, hey, what's your name? Like, I see you putting in work. Like, I admire that about you. Like, what's your name? So I introduced myself to her. And then, anyways, long story short, we became cool. Then we went to Chicago for a huge, like brand production. Like, it was huge. And so it was like, I don't even know how many students, like over 100 people. And so it was a lot of people. And she was there. She was like, hey, I saw that you guys are going to be in Chicago. Like, I'm going to come, right? So she came. And then we like linked up again. And like, it was like maybe for like a 5-minute thing. I literally took her to go see the behind the scenes and we were cool. And then she calls me one day and she was like, hey, Bri, like, this is what's going on with my business. Like, I need your advice. Like, I see that you're like really successful out there. And I just need you to be like, I need you to help me out right now. Like, I don't know what to do. And she, mind you, she owns a whole salon like in Chicago.
Damn.
And I was like,
you need my advice?
Yeah. So I was like, You're calling me? Like, why are you calling me? And so I was like, okay. And I was just like, okay, so like, I'm just doing my best to just like walk her through whatever situation she's going through, which I'm not going to get into. And I was just like, you know what? And I was supposed to go out there. In 2021 and I didn't because a whole bunch of stuff was happening with my family. And the most important thing to me is my family. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to cancel my trip out there. And I wasn't going to teach a class. I was just going to go do hair at her salon, like take my own clients, people who've been reaching out to me from Chicago. Yeah. And it didn't happen because of all the stuff that was happening with my family. And I don't regret that. Like, I put my family first no matter what. So I was just like, you know what? It's not the right time. I'm not going to come. And she was like, okay. This time, I was like, you know what? I really would like to come back. Like, whatever you, like, we can meet up. We could talk about it. I was all like, I could teach a class for your salon. And she was like, yes, I would love that. And then I came out there. And it's so wild to me. Like when all of this was happening, it didn't even feel real because I was just like, bruh, I met this woman like, I don't know how many years ago, so casually. And now she's flying me out and paying me to go teach her salon.
Networking.
Yes. But you don't realize it. Like, you literally do not realize it until it happens. Like, everybody that you meet, you never know. Like, and people have always told me this. Like, I've always been around entrepreneurs, business owners, millionaires, like people who are doing big in their business, which is like, you decide by yourself. Deanna will decide, Brianna will decide the people that you want to be around, right? So I've always surrounded myself around people who are like doing more than me, because people who are doing more than you are never going to judge you. Only people who are doing less than you are going to judge you. So always remember that. And you know what? I never thought like, wow, I'm going to go teach a class at this lady's salon one day. No, never. But then she freaking flew me out, paid for my hotel. Like,
and having your dad there too.
And then I took my dad with me,
to ice it off, like, her dad's never been to Chicago.
My dad's never been there.
Like, all you posting your little coffee martinis.
Yeah.
That was so cute. Like, he looked so happy. Yeah. Like, the fact that you got to bring him and like he saw your class, right?
He didn't see it, but the only reason why he wanted to stay, but I was just like, you make me too nervous. My dad is my biggest critic, okay? And one thing I will say is, well, my dad was my like coach since I was a little girl, like my soccer coach. So he is my toughest critic, like the toughest critic, even more tough than I am on myself. Like, he will tell me exactly how I need to hear it. No sugarcoating, no beating around the bush. Like,
he'll be sure.
Yes, he will tell me. And so actually the reason why I brought my dad was because I was like, Dad, can you please drop me off at the airport? Because he would always drop me off at the airport when I was traveling consistent. Like, when I was traveling with that team, I was traveling like 2 to 3 times a month. Like, it was very, very consistent. And so he would drop me off all the time, or like I would get an Uber very rarely, but he would always drop me off. And my dad has this energy. He's a Scorps. I don't do well with the Scorps, but he's my dad. So, but he has so much energy in the morning. It'll be like 3 in the morning, and he's just like talking to me, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk right now. Like, I just want to get to the airport. Like, just stop talking. But it was so funny because it went full circle. Like, then now I'm teaching my first class in Chicago, and I'm like, Dad, could you please drop me off? And he's like, why don't you get like so-and-so to drop you off? And I was like, well, they could drop me off, but I was like, but I want you to drop me off. I was like, because I want you to hype me up. Like, this is my first class by myself. I was going to go by myself. And I was like, I want you to drop me off. I want you to hype me up. Like, I want you to give me the pep talk that you always give me. And I was like, I need that energy. Like, it was so crazy because before I didn't appreciate it. And like, and I'm just like, oh, stop talking. And then like this time I was all like, no, please.
I need it.
Give me your energy. I need it. Feed it to me. Like, please. So then and then my mom heard me telling him that, because my mom was trying to be like, oh, like, I want to come with you, because she just wanted to come with me. And then I was just like, okay. And then it didn't end up working out. So then she was just like, you know what, Bri, why doesn't your dad go with you? Like, just take your dad with you. And I was just like, okay. Like, I was like, Dad, you want to come? And he was just like, I mean, if you want me to come. I was like, let's go. We're doing it. So he's never been to Chicago. He was so scared. He was like, Bri, he was like, I don't really feel comfortable you going to Chicago by yourself. It's very dangerous. It's not a nice city. And I was like, Dad, I've been to Chicago so many times. It's the nicest city I've ever been in. It's the cleanest city I've ever been in. Everybody's so nice. Everybody's so friendly. Like, obviously, if you go to like wherever the hood is, like, that's like somebody from over there pulling up to like Compton or Inglewood or somewhere they shouldn't be pulling up. Like, obviously, you know the areas you shouldn't be pulling up to. So anyways, it was so funny because at first he was like, not taking my direction very well at all. I was like, hey, like, we got to go this way. Like, it's over here. Like, I've been here a lot of times. And then he was just like, no, Bri, my phone is telling me we have to go this way. And I was just like, you know what? Just let him. He's going to figure out that he's going the wrong way. And then like, and then I'll be like, I told you. But it was funny because after a while, he was just like, okay, you know what you're doing. Like, we're just going where you're going. And yeah, he came around and then he was all like, wow, this city is like super clean. This is the cleanest city I've ever been in. And I was like, yeah. He was like, you don't get a 5-second rule over here. You get a 6-second rule. I was like, yeah, pretty much.
Do you think going back to your class, like, we're going to see more teaching?
Teaching? I don't know. I'm at a crossroad right now. I don't know what I want to do with my career next. I know I'm at I know I'm at a crossroad for sure. I'm at like,
Wait, no,
where do I want to go?
Or hair, but more added onto your hair or what?
I don't know. It's kind of hard right now. I feel like there's so many things, so many passions, or not so many. There's things that I wanted to do before that I didn't get to do, and now it's making me question, like, should I have done that, instead of this? I don't think so, but I don't think that education is my I don't think that that's
Calling.
I don't think that's my route. I'm very good at teaching people. Like, I'm always the person that people come to, or that the stylists come to in my salon. They always ask me questions. I always teach them a lot. And I know that because I'm not just trying to be like, oh, like, I know a lot of stuff. No, people really tell me that. They really tell me, like, I learned so much from you. Like, you don't just tell me, like, do this. Like, you tell me, do this because of this. This is why. And if you were to do what you wanted to do, this is what would happen.
You give them the what and why.
Yeah.
And then the how, like.
Yes, but I think it just comes with experience. Like, I don't think I'm an educator. I think I'm just like, I've done this for so long. Like, I'm here to share with the people that are around me. And I don't hate on other stylists ever. Because at the end of the day, people are for people. Like, people who are for Deanna are going to be for Deanna. People who are for Bri are going to be for Bri. Like, It there's no competition to me. So I feel like that's why maybe people put that idea into my head that I could be an educator. And I'm very educated and I know a lot. But I don't know if that's the route that I want to take. I don't know if that's like something that I want to expand in, to be honest.
Do you think it's like a stressful?
Not necessarily stressful. I just don't think that's, I don't know. I don't think that's me. I don't think I want to be like teacher Bri,
I mean, I stopped teaching for a while. It just gets, it's not that I love education.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like for me, it was the stress, to be honest. It was kind of like the curriculum for me, same. Like, it was because I was teaching like multiple different like classes and stuff, and like having to like have like a whole, because I'm not gonna just throw it out there and say, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and that. No, I came up with like a whole booklet of like everything that we're gonna go through. So
same, yeah.
And I was teaching like 12 students, and then now I'm doing like one-on-ones because I feel like one-on-one is more intimate.
Yeah.
You'll learn more with it being just me and you.
Yep.
And I could teach you everything.
Yeah.
And you'll walk out with way more knowledge than me teaching like these other 10, 11 girls.
Right.
So I took a break too. I was like, I can't. I don't really want to do it.
Have you ever had anybody like try to use your curriculum?
Oh, so many times. And I think that
happened to me for the first time ever, and I was so mad.
Really?
I was so mad.
You mean like products to everything? Like step by step and like everything? Because mine is pretty.
No, like literally took my curriculum and took my name off the top type of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mine was like at least a little change. It was like the products were kind of different, but like sanitation wise, everything going through it was like it was word for word.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell them? Did you?
No.
Shit.
I couldn't tell them because I didn't want to talk to them, because I'm not going to say who it was, but it was just somebody that I don't want to be in contact with anymore. So.
Oh, shit. I wouldn't have. I would be like,
Oh no, I so badly wanted to. Like the Bri and the 25, the 24 in me at that time. I really wanted to pop off and call that person and be like, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? Like, I literally taught you all of this. I shared this with you so that you could learn. And it's one thing, like, if you go and you teach your own class, it's like, and my dad, I remember I called my mom and my dad and I was pissed. I was so angry. I was livid. I was so mad because when I logged into my Google Docs, I saw that somebody edited my curriculum.
So how did they? Wait, what?
And on Google Docs, I don't know if you know this. So Google Docs taught me a lot in English in high school, okay? So Google Docs, you could add people to your document, right? Which was my first mistake. But I didn't think it was a mistake at first because I was just like, you know what? I'm teaching someone that I care about, that I want to learn, that I want to like help a lot. But it's like doing that, taking somebody's curriculum and trying to use it for yourself. I don't know if they used it or not. I never even asked them about it because I was just like, you know what?
How'd you even know though? Like,
I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, so on Google Docs, you could share your document with people, right?
Yeah.
And then they can edit it when you share your document with them. And it tells you the last time it was edited, who edited it, at what time, at the day. Like, Google will tell you. So just so you know, don't be using nobody's documents. Because it will tell you. The receipts will pull up. So I took screenshots of everything because I was so ready to expose them. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because even if you use my curriculum word for word, it's not going to be delivered the way I would deliver it. It could not be. And same thing for you. You're somebody who is so smart, who I respect. And like, let's just pretend you took my curriculum and was just like, this is everything.
I'm not you.
You read everything off of my curriculum. It would not be delivered the way I intended for it to deliver because I'm the one who wrote it.
That's
so
true.
It's just like you could try to go, but you're gonna sound lost because I know you do, because everything that I put in there was so personal, so individual. It would be like somebody bringing a picture of my work and being like, and let's just pretend you posted a picture of my work. You're like, oh, D, give me this, and you're just like, but you could try, but you won't.
Won't be successful at it.
So it's like, so I had to have that, like, that was when I realized I'm an adult. I'm doing great. I'm progressing, right? Because I so badly want to call that person and be like, you're a piece of shit. Like, just everything, all the words in the book, right? Just everything, just let them have it. And I was just like, you know what? It's not even worth it because
you're a bigger person than that, and you don't need, like, they're never going to be you.
Yeah, like, I always want to take the low road. Like, I never want to take the high road. But, like, that's something you have to do, you know, when you grow up. You're just like, is it worth it, though? Like, you're going to get me this worked up for what? If I call you and I blow up on you, it's not going to make me feel better. We're not going to get anywhere. It's not going to make anything better. You already did what you did. Maybe, I don't know. But, like, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like, I just have to believe that, like, in myself more than I'm just like, you know what? It would be like, it's like when, like, designer brands, when all the knockoffs come, they look exactly the same.
DHgate.
But it will never, ever be the real thing.
True.
So I just had to remind myself.
I don't know, because Amazon really be coming up.
But it will never, you will know though. But you will know.
Yeah.
And when people ask you, wow, I love your bag. It's so nice. And then you're just like, yeah. And then only you know it's not real, but you know it's not real. And that's going to kill you. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell a knockoff. I can even tell it by the smell. I can look at the fucking shoes, the leather. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's DHgate.
Yeah. So I don't know nothing about that, but I mean, I don't care. If you do the knockoffs, I'm not knocking you off for that.
Oh no.
But I really don't care. I don't. But the point is that, like, people try to rip us off for the stuff that we work so hard for, that we tried so hard to build. And it's gonna happen. People who see you doing good, it's a compliment. They're gonna want to copy you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If they see you being and it was so funny because my mom called that person. And because
I'm dying to know who this person is.
I was pissed. And I was just like, I'm not going to talk to them because I just don't want to talk to them. I just don't want to even open up that door. They do not deserve to have any communication with me. Like, and at that point, me calling you mad would have been like, at least she talked to me today. You know? Yeah, no. You're not that relevant. No. So anyways, I was just like, I care. I'm mad, but I don't care enough. Or like, I care, but like, I don't even care about that person. So I'm just like, whatever, you could try, baby. Anyway, so my mom calls that person and she says, hey, I just wanted to let you know that Bri knows that you did this, right?
Oh my God.
And then because my mom has to come to my, like, I don't know why she did that, but she did it. And I was so angry. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you give that person the satisfaction?
She knows this person, like, personally?
Yeah. She has their number.
Oh, shit.
So she called them and she was just like, you know what? Why are you doing that? She was like, have you ever used their curriculum? And then that person was all like, no, like, Bri knows she's way smarter than me. I could never even try to even deliver what she wrote in that. Like, she's way smarter than me. And she knows that. Yeah, blur that up. They were like, no, like.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
They tried, but they were like, no, I can't. Even if I tried, no.
That's crazy. I wouldn't. That really happened?
That really happened.
Oh, hell. It's the people that you're so close to, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's crazy.
Yeah. But it was just like, it was crazy because obviously my mom doesn't know the details that I know. I wasn't like, Mom, at this specific time on February, whatever, they edited my curriculum and took my name off of everything. And literally, I was just like, why would you do that? Why would you go and edit it if you weren't going to use it? Maybe you tried to use it and you realize I don't have the capacity to actually teach this curriculum. So let me just let it go. You know? But it's just like the thought, like, just like the fact that was even a thought in your head to just be like, I'm going to just take this curriculum and wipe the name off. Like, that's wild. That's wild to me. That's like literally taking your picture of your work and posting it on my page. Like, it's not crazy. No.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you handled it better than me, but
honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I was about to handle it,
especially because now I know who it is.
Yeah,
I'm sweating.
Yeah, yes, girl. I was mad. Anyways, moving on. Irrelevant.
Since the last podcast, how are you handling?
Oh wait. So I named my class after that. The recipe.
Oh yeah,
I named it the recipe because I could give you the recipe to my sauce.
Wait,
but it's never gonna taste the same.
We have to talk about that. I remember I went to get my hair done, right? And she was like, "D, please help me with the name, like, because I do classes." And she's like, "Help me with the name for the class." And I was like, we were like thinking, I was like, bro, it's because I'm not in fucking hair, so I don't really know. But you named it the recipe. That shit's fire.
The recipe, because I'm just like, I could give you the recipe. You could take my recipe, because after all of that happened, I was like, you know what? You could take my entire recipe, baby, but it will never taste the same. Okay? So you could try, but it's never gonna be the same. It's like when your grandma makes like your favorite dish, and then your girlfriend tries to make it for you, and you're like, yeah, it's good, babe, but it's like not like my grandma's, So
you're not even come close.
Like, no, not at all. So then that's why I got over it.
Fire fucking name.
The recipe.
That's a fire name. That's way better than what were we thinking?
I don't even remember.
Someone like said like baddie. No, you said some. I know you said like one weird one. I was like, oh hell no, that doesn't even sound like you. It's like baddie cuts or no, cuts or something.
No, not cuts. It couldn't be the cuts because I don't cut.
You
hair
said
like
something
that.
Like I don't fucking know, but it was a weird name, and I was like, nah, let's not do that. But anyway, so since the last podcast, how are you keeping your work-life balance? How's it going? How's it going for Breezes? Because I know for me, I had this topic on TikTok, and it was kind of, all over the place. But how are you doing with like work-life imbalance and stuff? Especially you, because honestly, you have long days, Bri. Like from like 7 a.m. to like 12. I'm talking like 1 a.m. sometimes. Yeah. It's like, how do you do that? Because like I feel like
honestly, it's been a struggle. I'm not gonna lie about that. Life is good. I'm busy, and I'm super grateful for that. I have to give it up to God for that one, because He keeps me busy, and I'm super, super grateful for that. And for whatever like, just loyalty and just like confidence that my clients have in me, they keep coming back, and I'm super grateful for that. And I will never take that for granted, because they at the end of the day feed me. They give me the house that I have. They give me the car that I have. They give me the lifestyle that I have, and I will never take that for granted. But I am a terrible time management person when it comes to like work and like social and all of that. Like I'm not good at that.
No, because I really respect you, because I be seeing you cut hair. Like you go to the gym early, 6 a.m. Okay, no joke. Then she'll be at work at like 8 a.m. and then she'll be off at like 1 a.m. and then she still has time to post these pictures on Instagram. So I'm like, how?
That's funny, because I feel like I'm slacking. I feel like I just go with whatever feels right. Like for me, working out, I have to work out. It is part of my life. I've been an athlete since I was a child. So me working out is a part of my routine. Like when I was a kid, I would wake up super early, go to school, get school done, come home, eat, whatever, do homework as fast as I can, go to practice, come home, finish whatever chores or whatever I have to do, and then do the same shit all over again. So to me, that's just my routine. That's what feels right, So in the morning, I have to wake up and I have to work out. And then I go to work for however many hours I need to go to work. And actually, that's actually the reason why a lot of my relationships do not work out. Yeah.
Same.
But it's just because, you know what? Like, I'm convinced that this part of my life is not for love. Like, it's okay. And I'm okay with that. Like, I am 100% okay with that. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good looking people out there, right? We have time for fun. But
in a serious relationship, it's kind of like,
but a serious relationship, no, but it's true.
It's true.
It takes so much like dedication. And then boys now are so sensitive. They're so sensitive.
I want to talk about that really quick, because I can't be texting all the time. And I feel like
that's high school, baby. If you think I'm gonna text you all day, you're in high school. So you're a child, you're immature. I don't even want to talk to you. You need to go. Like, no.
They need to know where I'm at. Call me 24/7. What am I doing? Like, I'm just like, dude, I have a full on fucking business. Like, I can barely go to the restroom. Like,
my mom and dad never even got a play-by-play of me when I was a child. I remember I literally got grounded in the 6th grade because I didn't text my dad. like at a timely manner. I remember I went to like a pool like for my friend's birthday. Her birthday was on 4th of July and she had a pool at her house. So we were in the pool all day. And then I got grounded when I got home because I didn't text my dad to tell him that I was in the pool. And I literally was so mad. I remember like that's when I knew my boundaries when I was that young. I was just like, so you're mad at me because I was in the pool and I didn't tell you? And my dad came to his senses. He was just like, you know what? I think I am tripping. Like, hold up. Like, wait, you're right. And so I was just like, no. I was just like, how am I supposed to text you if I'm in the pool? I was like, you knew where I was at. You dropped me off. You picked me up. Like, what more do you want from me? Like, I was there the entire time. And so he was just like, okay, yeah, I am tripping. Like, I have to step back. But so that trained me for my boundaries now. And I think my boundaries are just like on another level. Nobody could keep up with that. Nobody.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm single.
Oh, no, I know 100% that's why I'm single. Like, but also not only the like, I'm super busy all the time. It's just like, are you busy all the time? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing all the time? Like, I need you to be doing more than me. If you're worried about what I'm doing, then you're not doing enough. Because there's people that I talk to a lot. Like, there's grown people. I mean, okay, so we're going to get into this. But, like, so there's people who I've dated who are older than me. And, like, they got their own life going on. They got their own business, like a big business, maybe. And so they're not worried about what I'm doing all the time. You know what I mean?
But I like that though.
I love that. No, I love that.
I was like,
it's so attractive. It's just so like, you know what? Like,
they focus on them.
Like, if you want to do what you're gonna do, you're gonna do bad things, and go ahead and do it, baby. You know, like them like telling me hypothetically, right? So them just being like, I'm so busy with my own life. If you're gonna do whatever you want to do and it's bad, then go ahead. But like, I'm not worried about you because I still have all of my own stuff going on. You're only here because I want you to be here. You know,
that's
not because I need you to be here.
Literally, the next relationship I'm in, I don't want to be in it because I need to be. I want to be in it. You know, like I don't need you, but I just want you.
Yeah,
but you cannot. Like that's a really big factor in my life is my love life because of that.
But it's so sad though, because not just your love life, like even just friends. And it sucks, dude. Because like you're just like, dude, like I don't know how to tell you this because like I love you so much, but like. Don't take it so personal that I'm so busy all the time or I don't.
But those are your real friends, though. Like,
yeah, they're your real friends. But the people who don't get it just don't get it, and I'm sorry, but I'm not here to like explain myself. You know?
Yeah. How else? Something that you also like? What's another thing that you do to like for work-life balance? Like, do you at least like? You know, what do you do? Like, go out to dinner with your friends sometimes?
Oh, I love dinner. Dinner is my favorite. Dinner is the best.
Bougie dinners.
No, I'm super bougie. Or like even when like boys are like, oh, let's go out to dinner. I'm like, or like, you know how there's the memes about like the girls who are like, I don't know what I want. You know, no, baby, don't ask me what I want because you better decide what you want because if I decide, we're gonna spend some money.
I swear, you follow her on Instagram, bro. Like you see hair, gym. And these
fire
ass restaurants.
Food.
Like you see, and she just like fucking records them so closely with the camera light on. And she'll do every freaking entree she gets. And she don't just get one.
Oh no, I do the most.
She do like 6 or 7.
You know what though? I'm gonna get in deep about that. I think a lot of people might see that as like me maybe flexing, I don't know, or like bragging, or I don't know. I really, maybe they don't, I don't know. But I feel like the reason why I do that was because the way I grew up, we were not eating food like that. When I grew up, my parents were so young. My parents, when they had me, my mom was 17 and my dad was 19. And so we went through a whole bunch of struggles, especially 2008. My dad got laid off. Really? And he didn't have a job. And I remember that summer, we were eating sopa de fideo like every day. Oh. So I hate sopa de fideo now.
Oh, I still fuck with that.
No, but it was just because it was just tied to such a horrible time. Oh, yeah. My parents were arguing all the time. I never saw them. It was a terrible time. I knew because I was old enough to understand that it was not a good time in their relationship and in my life, you know? Yeah. And I was just like, sopa de fideo is not a good sign, you know? So now that I am able to afford that, I really indulge in that. Like that is my love language. I love food. Food, I do not take it for granted, like ever. And that I don't spend money on designer bags. I don't spend money on designer shoes. I don't waste my time on all of that because of I do hair and everything gets so messed up, like color bleach, everything. So
Her nails,
I mean,
she
I
gotta
love
do it every
it.
week.
My nails, I get them done every 3 weeks, probably every week now because I keep breaking them. But anyway, the food is one thing I don't play about. When I go and I take my friends out, like I want to take them out. I want them to experience that. That to me is my love language. When I take you out to eat and we're sharing food and we're eating at the same table and we're eating great, that's like, you know, when people say like, if I eat, we're all eating.
Oh,
so that's me right there.
I will spend a pretty dime on freaking food. I don't care where we go.
Yeah, so I think people might see it as like, oh, you're always out, you're always doing this, or you're always doing that. But no,
good,
but like
bitch.
that, I'm eating good because I deserve to eat good, because I don't deserve to eat sopa de fideo every day of my life. And I love my parents for feeding me, and I appreciate that. But that was a really bad time in my life.
Going back to that, I was kind of sad about, you know, the whole Friendsgiving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, I had a Friendsgiving, but you know what? Things happen.
Things happen. Yes. Well, I couldn't come to the Friendsgiving because it was actually a really bad day. I was supposed to take my parents out to brunch that day, actually, to one of my favorite restaurants. It was called The Bungalow. You guys should go there. Not the Bungalow, the Huntington Bungalow. That one's ratchet ghetto. Like it's the one in Long Beach. It's an actual restaurant with an actual chef, like a culinary chef who actually takes pride in what they do. And it's the most amazing, not the most amazing, it's like up there. It's one of my favorite ones. Anyway, so I was going to take my dad because it was his birthday, and I was going to bring my mom as well. And my mom was supposed to leave to Mexico that night, and my dad was going to drop her and my mom off in Mexico. And then a bunch of stuff went super bad, like really bad. I witnessed somebody that I'm super close to almost kill themselves. I don't think it was intentional, but they almost killed themselves. And I saw them on the floor dying. The ambulance was on the way. And that was something that I have never experienced before, obviously. So it was very heavy for me. Yeah. I couldn't cry at the moment, even though I wanted to cry so bad. I might cry right now, but it's very hard to see someone that you really care about do something like that to themselves. It's definitely not easy, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't have came. Yeah, I couldn't have came. So did you? Yeah, and it did hit me hard. It did hit me hard because I was really looking forward to coming here and doing all that with you guys, and just like having that like family moment. Like my favorite holiday in the entire in all of it is Thanksgiving. It's the best. It's the food. It's the food. We all come together. There's no other purpose. We're just here to be grateful for each other, to have each other, that we're all here for another year to be able to feast. Yeah. Like I love that. I love that.
I feel like not a lot of people talk about like suicidal and like stuff like that, but it's like a really big thing when like it comes to depression, and you know, so I feel for you.
Yeah. But I mean, that happened. I'm helping them go through it as much as I can. But it's hard, dude. It takes a toll on you. It's hard to just like go back to your regular life and just be like, hi, I'm doing great, you know? And you're just like, I'm only doing great when the people around me are doing just as great, you know? So especially the people that I really care about. Yeah. So that one was hard.
Having to put a mask and be like, you know, like you're fine. Like you're deep down, you're like going through it. But like you have to put on this mask that like you're not okay. Right. And that's okay. Like to cry and stuff, to let it out. And you know,
it's crazy. Like stuff like that happens and some people don't open up about it. So when your friends, the people that you really care about cannot make it to something, you never know what's happening behind the scenes. So don't hold it against them. And I'm a big person, like I care about that. And it's not that I care about what people think, but I care about the people that I care about, and I don't want to let them down, and I don't want to feel like, oh, like I left you hanging, you know, especially the people that I care about. So it's just like, it was hard, and I wasn't gonna open up and be like, oh, this is what happened today. Like I just couldn't. That was like the last thing on my mind. But the intentions are always good. The love is always there. But
You
life
always-
is just life.
You just gotta check up on everybody.
Yeah, you just gotta
know?
check up. Even like, I feel like I'm very good at putting up the front. You know, you said like, I mean, it's not a front. Like, I always go to the gym. I always work. I'm always doing my thing. But nobody ever knows what's
Behind the
going
scenes.
on behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was freaking this week. I was going crazy.
Yeah.
So I can completely understand. That's a whole different, but I can completely understand when it's like you don't really know a person, what they're going through, how they're feeling. And that's when it comes back to like when the people that were checking on me, like I appreciated them so much because I'm like, damn, like even people I didn't even know would check up on me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn. The people that you love the most, that you think you love the most, they didn't check up on me. You know what I mean? But the people that I barely know were like over here like, hey, D, you good? Like, and I was like, damn, I haven't talked to you in like fucking 2 years. Like, so it helps a lot when you see a person.
But yeah, life is just life. What could I say? It gets thrown at you in different ways, and the best you can do is just the best that you can do. And it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. I remember I used to hate when people tell me that shit. They'd be like, life is just life. All you can do is all you can do. And I'm like, okay, that's like the most general statement I've ever heard in my life, but okay, I guess. And like now that I'm actually going through it and I'm actually grown, it's just like the best you can do is the best you can do. Like, and whatever happens, happens. Like,
yeah.
¿Y ya qué?
And on that note, you guys just check up on your friends. And
Check up on your friends. Make sure
there.
they're good. Even the friends that seem like they're good all the time, aka me, like nobody knows. Deanna didn't even know that until right now.
No, yeah, that's why my eyelashes coming off because I know who the person is.
Yeah.
But I'm like over here like,
Yeah.
But on that note, do you remember your quote from
the last
season?
one? Yeah.
What was her quote, Marlo? It was something really good. It was like do you remember it?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, because I say it all the time. I'm keep it pimping, never simping.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to keep that quote?
Yeah, that's my same quote all the time. Keep it pimping, never simping. Because you know why? Because I'm the hair pimp.
I forgot.
I'm the hair pimp. Keep it pimping, never simping, even when you are simping, You always got to be like 60% pimping and then 40% simping.
I can't be simping no more.
No, I be simping. You can't lie about it. Like, you do.
I mean, a little, but
like, keep it like less than 50%.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, dude. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I will see you soon. Bye, guys.